record. Look at the Lord.
I know I sent that video to Jordan. I don't know if I sent it to you. Shunt ain't been on Instagram this week. Y'all too busy for me, child. Y'all got jobs and whatnot. I'm just sitting here, and you was quiet the whole time. Not soon as we
Wait, what video though?
Okay. So there's this video that I saw about this dude. He was recording talking about his family was at the courthouse. Some family members was at the courthouse trying to get married, and they had warrants. So he was doing the absolute most. He was like, "Let me call the rest of my family and tell them this ain't gonna happen because we've been here for like 2 hours."
Was that a real thing or was that like a spoof? Like he was joking?
I have no idea. It was hilarious. Did I send it to you, Shanti?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, okay. It was too funny.
Oh man.
I say, now imagine that's worse than showing up to somebody else's house thinking it's vacant. Like you just showing up to the courthouse thinking y'all about to get married, and then what do y'all got warrants? You find out ain't no wedding happening today.
Somebody go to jail.
Right.
They about to use some bail money for it instead of honeymoon money.
Exactly. But something I really wanted y'all to ask if y'all saw the thing. I know I sent it to y'all about the Pose director.
Oh yeah, I was driving and I read it, but I didn't like. It looked messy. I need to reread it and like really, really read it because I was reading it fast when you sent it.
I'm gonna see. It says Pose director Janet Mock admits to infidelity in front of boyfriend at Pose season 3 premiere and says, "F Hollywood, why am I making 40,000 an episode?" Now, did I go find the real story? No, but up under it, it says Janet Mock, an executive producer and director on the FX drama series Pose, gave an emotional speech Thursday night at the show's season 3 premiere. During a 15-minute speech, Janet reportedly called out Hollywood about how much money the network was paying her, and she also admitted to infidelity in front of her boyfriend, actor Angel Bismarck Curiel. "Why am I making 40,000 an episode, huh?" Janet said during her speech. "I'm angry," she said, demanding more money and perks equal to other TV executives. The room was reportedly quiet as Janet followed with F Hollywood. This make you uncomfortable? It should. It said minutes later, Janet turned to her boyfriend Angel and said, "Stand up right now." So this whole little thing after that, it doesn't even say, that she admitted. Well, it doesn't show the part where it says she admitted to infidelity. So I don't.
Yeah, I read it. And she did. She said she F some actor. Yes, she did. Read a little further. Keep reading.
Minutes later, Janet turned to her boyfriend Angel and said, "Stand up right now." Angel stood up nervously, and Janet told the crowd, "Let me tell you something about love. Today I was going to let Angel go," she said. "I was going to let you go, right? But what did I do?" Oh, reading is fundamental. I F someone on the crew, right? On the crew? Does he work on the show too? No. They gotta be awkward. When Janet finished revealing her infidelity, one of the show guest stars gasped and asked, "What the hell is happening?" Janet continued with, "Angel, I'm not losing you. You hear me? You are even important to me. I don't want to live in the house alone. I want you. She had to be drunk. Why?
She was having.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, were there drugs involved? Because this sounds like something that's like you just aren't in your right mind. So.
That's crazy.
She was definitely having an emotional breakdown.
Yeah,
I don't know if liquor was involved, but she was definitely.
She was having something. Let go of my shirt. Jesus. Anyway, so this episode. Anyway, welcome back. This is episode 8.
What's the matter, Jax? What happened, Jax?
He want to do what he want to do. Hold up. Sarah. Yep, come get your son, please. I'm just slapping all on my mouth. That was quite ratchet.
It was reality.
Thank you.
Definitely was reality.
So last week's episode of Red Table Talk, we were supposed to talk about this last week, but I decided to just keep it a little light episode since you know. But like I said, welcome back, episode 8. Kind of hard topic. Last week's episode of Red Table Talk was about polyamory, and found out that Willow Smith partakes in polyamory. And while watching the video, I had to go back and watch this video twice, y'all. Because while I was watching the video, I'm sitting up there and I was confused. And I was like in my feelings about some stuff. And then I was asking myself questions and like wanting to ask them questions. I was like, you know what, I'm going to write them questions down. But then I had to go back and watch it again and be like, they're crazy. But I'm like,
How long is the video?
it's like 30 minutes. But so Willow admitted to being polyamorous or whatever. So there is a difference between polyamory and polygamy. Apparently, the only difference is let me pull up the definition. I had it. I don't want to lie. I don't like lying on people, Jesus. Excuse me. So polyamory is the practice of engaging in multiple romantic and typically sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved. And it says, how is polyamory different from polygamy? In short, polyamory is the act of having intimate relationships with more than one person at the same time. Polygamy, on the other hand, involves being married to multiple partners.
That's what I thought. It was just a marriage. Yeah.
It's a marriage. So now, Shanti, did Willow remind you of anybody throughout the entire video? She kept saying, "Oh, 100%, 100%."
I don't know who.
She reminded me of Ryan from all of this season of Married at First Sight with the for sure, oh yeah, for sure. Every time he says something, anytime anybody is talking to him, his answer is for sure, for sure, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. Nothing else. That's all you're gonna get out of Ryan. And Willow did this the entire episode. Every time somebody says something, oh, 100%, 100%. I was like, okay, Ryan, come on, Ryan. But to me, when they had multiple people on there, so she started out by saying when she first got introduced to polyamory, which I think she was first introduced to by her parents, because Jada was making slick. Somebody made a statement about something, and Jada gave an answer like the only way she would answer that being that with that much gusto would be if you knew, like if you were in it and you knew. So like she had experience in it. But Willow said that when she was first introduced to polyamory, she only saw a bunch of white people. So she had to keep digging, and she found out that it wasn't just white people. And then she made a statement saying that what persuaded her to dig deeper into polyamory was the whole history of marriage and what it stands for. And she kind of made a comment about the only way she could see herself getting married in her polyamorous relationships would be if it was solely for, like, if somebody was in desperate need, like she made it seem like it was like a material type thing, like for money or something like that, or if somebody needed help with something, that was the only reason she would get married in that situation. But to me, everybody started out kind of the same way, and it made me think that they only really wanted to be in polyamorous relationships because to me, it felt like they were scared of being hurt. Like somebody had hurt them just that bad that they were like, I don't want to put myself in this position again. So how about I just be with multiple people and I won't have to suffer being attached to somebody like that. But then old girl was seriously serious about her boyfriend that was married. Jordan, it was like a triangle. This was worse than a triangle. This was like a parallelogram. Like the guy was married to somebody, but he had a girlfriend. The girlfriend had a platonic girlfriend, another boyfriend, and then his wife had a boyfriend, and then he was looking into adding somebody else into the relationship.
So these weren't people that Willow are with. This isn't her.
So,
Okay.
She said only two. She
yeah,
said she can imagine doing like having more than two people, like two partners at one time.
right,
She was like, that's too much. And it would be. I mean, you don't need a schedule, boo.
right. The entire watching the entire episode, I was me and Gam was right here. I was like, I couldn't. The faces she was making, I was like, I'm right there with you, girl. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. But the other girl who they brought on, who brought her boyfriend on, but he didn't bring his wife. She has a strictly platonic relationship with another girl, and said that her and the other girl attempted to have sex, but they just couldn't get it right, and it wasn't happening like that or something. I don't know. I was like, well, does that mean that you're not gay? I mean, I don't know if she goes by labels like that. I don't know, but I don't know if that's the only girl that she had never slept with or whatever. But I was the more you watch the video, the more confused you will get.
To me, I guess to me, when I watched it, I felt more like these was like free spirited people. They just want to do what they want to do. They're gonna make their own rules. They don't want to go by the old rules. They don't want to feel like they tied down into, because like she was saying about marriage, like a lot of people, the reason they don't have sex with other people is because they feel like they can't or they're not supposed to. Not because they don't want to, but more so because those are the rules, right? So they're just making their own rules. Which I mean, I'm one of them people like whatever suits your boat, wear a condom, whatever. And we creating no kids and spreading STDs. So, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, if that's your agreement, and like you said, her parents are like that. Like she was raised in an environment where I believe both PRDs have done plenty of outside, and they just forgive each other and they walk away. You know what I'm saying? Like they to them, it's like whatever. So why wouldn't she? In a way, it's almost like why wouldn't she be that way? Why would she want this traditional thing that she sees does not work? Like in her viewpoint, the closest marriage you have to you is your parents, right? So in her mind, I think she saw her parents time and time again fail at being um, failed at monogamy, right? Like fail at just being with each other. She said, well, why would I try it? Well, I mean, why do I have to? You know, like that's how I mean that's the way I looked at Willow's view. Like it didn't work out for other people. So what am I doing it for? If I want to be in a relationship with more than one person, then be in one. I feel what you're saying about being hurt though, because when I was younger and I was not a nice woman or a nice teenager, I was young. I mean, I used to feel like I had to, keep somebody on the side whenever I had a boyfriend for sure. Because I wasn't going to take the chance, like, okay, you don't want to talk to me no more? Cool. Because I just go ahead and talk to my, this person over here with me. I never had, what I'm saying? It was never like, I never felt the hurt of a breakup because I had somebody else to talk to the next day. I could find another you in a minute. Matter of fact, I'll be in a minute. Baby.
You
To the
must
left.
know about me.
Just like that. So, so the hurt thing I get, but I think that she ain't just seen it fall, she ain't seen it fail. So I guess she said, why I'm doing it.
But to me, even if it was, this is just the vibe I got. But even if it was based off of them just being hurt, you would think that they would think about, maybe in the past I've just chosen the wrong person. So maybe I just need to, like, if y'all are scared of being in a monogamous relationship out of the fact that you've been hurt in the past, maybe you just need to change the type of person that you're looking for. Like,
I mean, but monogamy ain't for everybody.
Mm-mm.
Being with one person for the rest of your life isn't for everybody. Like
It
people,
ain't sound fun.
okay.
just being with one person for the rest of your life, just it ain't everybody ministry, okay? Some people, they need a little bit over there, a little sprinkle over there, a little variety. It's more of a variety pack than just a singular flavor. Okay. You don't just want one flavor. I'm not gonna buy just the pack of pink Starburst. I want all of the flavors of the Starburst. So I mean I get it, and then people have their different reasons. To your point, Mimi, it is some people are like, oh, I've been hurt. Other people are like, I seen what y'all was doing over there with it, and that ain't what I'm trying to, subscribe to. And then some people are just like, oh, this is a thing, and they stumble upon it, and it's like, oh, well, actually, I mean, and I feel like from people that I have heard that are able to do so in a healthy way, I understand. And by healthy way, I mean people that are like very all like open, communicating, honest, like everybody knows, what's going on. Because a lot of people are in polyamorous relationships, they just don't know it.
Now you know it. That's the same thing I was telling. That's what I was saying. I'm like, a lot of people have decided they do know, but they just accepting. Maybe the side piece and the wife don't know each other, but the
Right.
but the wife know the side piece exists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they're in a polyamorous relationship, and they haven't just said, hey, this is what we're doing, but
Right.
they let it happen.
Right.
So what's the difference between what Willow doing? She said, hell, she ain't gonna sign up no papers saying she death do our part, da da da, and just making up lies. And she young. She like 20, huh? Like she's super young. She might grow out of that. When you're young, a lot of stuff sounds fun.
She in her early 20s, didn't she? She in her early 20s.
Yeah, she young.
But the other people that they had on the show, they said that how they got introduced to it, what made them start to consider it and think about it and do research about it was the fact that they started dating and they were like, why do I need to just be solely with one person? Well, did just to just me. Did you stop to think that maybe you wasn't ready to be in a committed relationship? How about that? And if you found this early on, in your early 20s and stuff like that, you supposed to be dating around. You're not supposed to really be in a committed relationship at that point. So to me, it's almost like they got it confused. I don't want to speak for them. It's just what it seems like to me. That maybe they just got it confused with the fact that you ain't supposed to be looking for nobody to settle down with right now anyway. You're supposed to be dating around. You ain't supposed to be, or maybe you just wasn't ready to be in a serious relationship.
Maybe they just putting a name on it.
But then you
they ain't taking nobody seriously, and they just putting a name on it. And they just saying, I don't want nobody getting angry. I don't want nobody want to fight. I don't want nobody, getting upset because of this, that, and the third. Everybody be cool. I got this person. You got that person. It's cool. We're not gonna be tripping.
It's actually pretty smart and mature.
It's kind of a good plan.
They might be onto something. And I'm just saying, for like tools of being tooled with communication at that age, to be able to say like, no, hey, how are you? Yes, I am dealing with this person. I am dealing with that person. So you know who this is, you know who that is, you know what's going on, versus, I was living in my 20s. It wasn't your business to know what was happening when on Tuesday night, if I see you on Thursday, Tuesday ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay.
But at that point, that's right. You ain't committed to nobody. You don't owe nobody no explanation. So
But although you don't owe anybody explanation, let's stop and go back and think about like the times in which you were with somebody, and it's like, there isn't necessarily a title on anything, and you haven't said like, oh, we haven't said, oh, we're exclusive, and we're gonna be together. But then it's like, you and that person are spending so much time together that it's like, well, how could you have time to be with somebody else? And then, because that used to be a dude favorite line, like we ain't never we said we ain't said we was exclusive. We ain't never had that conversation. So I'm not doing nothing wrong because we ain't never said that's what we was doing. And that's what these kids are doing. They're having that conversation and they're like, we're not exclusive. We're not gonna be exclusive. This is what I'm doing. So you can choose to be here and, live in this space and in this moment and in this time and feelings and feel what I'm feeling right now. Or if that's not something that you want to do, you can be out. I mean, versus us who was like, dang, because, stuff be happening. Okay.
I don't think I was a part of that community and didn't know it. Because I was just thinking about my freshman year, right? And I mean, certain dudes I spent and I used to be like, look, if you see me with somebody else out of the club, a party, walking around campus, you keep it moving, and I'm gonna keep it moving if I see you with somebody else too, because that's not because we're not together. I did have that conversation because when you spend too much time with a person, they start to get a little attached, a little too attached, but you're not looking for an attachment. You need to make that real, we need to make it clear. And I did. I used to make it very clear. I was not looking for attachment. I wanted, okay, let's have some fun. This is cool. I like to cuddle a lot. I love to have somebody cuddle with me. I'm a spooner, okay? It feels good to me. but that does not mean that I want to be like forever with you
Forever
or
with
I
you.
want a
Right.
relationship with
Let's
you.
enjoy this moment.
Yeah, this is
Let's
fun
have
now.
fun in this moment.
Yes. And then, I used to, in a minute, I would say, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship. So if you see me with someone else, let's not make a big deal about this. It's just I didn't have some specific somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like that. Now, what was messed up, never mind. It ain't important.
Willow, she don't got to deal with the awkwardness of like, oh, she in the club, both of the people she talking to in the club. Now she got to pretend to be on one person more than she pretended to be on the other to make sure that everybody's good. Nah, because they know. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't gotta play the awkward club game.
But
Okay.
then if you in a relationship like that, and then somebody does start feeling like neglected, then they gotta, well, let me just go find somebody else so that I'm not. But then,
But no, though, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Because within those relationships, if it's like, okay, I know what you're doing, you know what I'm doing, and right now in this moment in this relationship, like for whatever reason, they are tooled with the proper language to say, I feel this is how I feel. I feel neglected. I feel as if you are spending more time with Ben than you are spending with me. And it is making me feel as if I am being left out. And then they all sit in kumbaya in a circle and talk about how Ben and Sharon can both feel like they both get in the same amount of time out of this relationship, and that one person isn't receiving more or giving more than the other.
well, I feel like I am confusion. I don't. I do not have the mental capacity. That's having two other jobs.
It's not though. Because if you think about it, you only seeing people when you want to see them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel more inclined to make, time for your real significant other. But none of these people are really like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't in it. They just, I do me, you do you. Like that guy said, he said when his wife go on dates or something, he go to the movies or he'll stay at work late. Like they communicated, oh, she going on a date, so he gonna stay at work late.
I
That's what
thought he
the
said
husband
his
said.
wife had plans with his girlfriend, then he would get sex out and be like, okay, he needs to find somewhere else to go. So it's like, wait, so you give them time together to be about like to complain about you because they don't have a relationship. His wife and his girlfriend don't have a relationship. They just cool. So whenever your wife or your girlfriend want to have a little powwow session, you just go ghost. You got to make sure you go ghost.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, like I said, if they all got a mutual agreement, if they all feel like, hey, we can come together and talk about this, decide. When you really think about it, it is very mature because most people are doing other stuff. They just don't tell their partner that they doing other stuff.
Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something.
She's 20 years old.
Boom. I'm gonna give you a scenario, okay? Because when I was in college, I had a little boyfriend. And I was 20, 21, right? Had a little boyfriend. Me and my little boyfriend took a quote unquote break. We was going through some things. I said to him on a Sunday, maybe we should just step back for a second. Let's take a second, let's just take a minute. Within the week of us taking the break, him and I had still been communicating. However, he was not communicating with me that he had already started sleeping with somebody else. Okay. So that communication wasn't shared, although we had been communicating. Therefore, you know, some things happen. Some stuff got broken. Maybe a thing or two got burned. I didn't burn it. I tried to burn it, but it did burn. Maybe there might have been some cops involved, might have been, some stuff involved. But what I'm saying to you is that
She turned
the
into
tools,
real quick.
if the communication tools had been there at that point to say, like, this is what's going on, then I wouldn't have been caught off guard when I find out. And when sis is looking in my face, dead in my face, talking about, I don't understand why he, treating me like this and we just slept together. And I'm like, yeah, what? Because that wasn't properly communicated to me so that I can know. But if we had these types of tools and we had been mature enough to communicate and say, I know we on a break, but this is what I got going on, yada yada. Like, I don't want you to be surprised. Like, I just want to make sure you're aware of what's going on. I do want to still, and that's the thing, because that's language, right? To be able to be like, I do still want to be able to talk to you and be there for you, and you also be there for me. But this is also what I have going on.
Well, what I was thinking too, I totally agree with what you're saying. Definitely the communication is the key. But I was thinking also people, like you were saying, a thing about hurting. Sometimes people don't want to be the person to hurt people either. Because I'll use myself as an example. I told you I used to always feel like people was going to cheat. I have 2 older brothers. That's what they told me. Okay, that's I believe them. And I hurt this guy in high school. So then by the time I went to college, like I was just like, I'm just not. Well, actually, by the time I get to my senior year of high school, I was like, I'm not going to date anymore. Like, dating is out. No more of that, because obviously it's not like I don't do a good job. And I hurt somebody that I actually did care about. So I was like, no, don't do that anymore, Shantae. Just don't commit to anyone. And I guess I was kind of doing that in a way. Like, I lived in Baton Rouge. I told you I moved my senior year of high school. I lived in Baton Rouge, but I would go back to Monroe all the time. So I had a boyfriend in Baton Rouge. I had a boyfriend in Monroe. They didn't know about each other, but you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem right there. You see? I don't think they could have handled it. I was protecting them. That's what TLC say, you creep. Because if they knew what you were doing. Yeah.
Right.
Because you gotta protect their feelings. But but at the same time, like, being serious, that's not the kind of situation you really want to have.
Right.
Where people are actually exposed to having. But they weren't I'm sorry, I said my boyfriends. Technically, they weren't my boyfriends. They was just friends that were close. Because I did not commit to anyone. Actually, I did not.
You sound like a guy.
Huh?
You sound like a guy.
I didn't commit to anybody. I didn't.
They could have been thinking that y'all was in a committed relationship.
That ain't my problem. I will wear your Letterman jacket. Thank you. And I'll keep it at my house, both of them. But that ain't my problem if you think we're in a relationship or not. Because guess who got her Letterman jacket too? At her damn house. I do. You ain't taking mine. So whatever.
In high school, I thought that was the thing. You wear my Letterman jacket, that means we in a relationship.
But we ain't committed to nothing. That's what I'm telling you, Mimi. I never said, oh yeah. And they asked, one of the guys asked, like, straight up, like, are we, we gonna be together, Shantae? And I was like, I live down here, you live up there. I live here, you live there. Let's not do that. We're young. Yeah.
No words. Shantae out here playing the field like the dudes usually do, just giving women a bad name.
Whatever. But let me tell you something.
We're allowed to play the field too. They don't get a bad name. We play the field and now we giving a bad name. They don't get a bad name when they play the field. That's just what men do. It's what we all do.
What she said. But people do get their feelings all wrapped up, because I did not know this until my husband started working, when he was working at Target. this girl told him that this guy that I used to just be very good friends with, she was like, "Oh, she hurt." I ain't gonna say she hurt that boy. Da da da. Your girlfriend hurt that boy, and I was like, I never was in a relationship with him. Like he was just attached. Ain't my damn problem. Well, I told him I didn't want a boyfriend over and over again, but it hurt his feelings because when Facebook came out, and then I had decided to be in a relationship with my husband, now boyfriend, now husband. He was like, "What the hell? You told me all year you didn't want to be in a relationship." He just wasn't the one, I guess.
But you ain't have to be that cold about it.
I listened to him curse me out, and I didn't curse him back because I understood where he was coming from. I did. I got it, and I was like, "I'm sorry. It is what it is."
Baby,
I didn't curse him back. That's girl. That's progress.
You did very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions you got for us, Mimi?
I was just about to bring up another somebody else. I don't know why this person. So apparently Tristan Thompson is in more polyamorous relationships because he came out. There's some stuff going around that he was messing around with somebody else while he was with Chloe.
Oh, Tristan Thompson, the basketball player. I was like, who is Tristan Thompson?
That's how you was looking at it.
I was like, who is he?
This man just went as far as sending this girl a cease and desist for her to stop talking about it and like so-called lying. And her and Chloe was DMing each other.
I don't know nothing about them. Are they still together? What they doing?
I don't know. I guess they still together. I don't know. But she been rocking a ring. I don't know if it's an engagement ring or something. If it's just something she bought herself, but she been wearing a ring on her ring finger, engagement ring, wedding ring finger, whatever. I say this dude. Now that's the dude who needs to be polyamorous. Or maybe he is, but he is, and he don't realize he is because he did in you. He got people thinking they in committed relationships and planning to have more kids with him, planning futures with him, and he.
I verbalized that we were not in a relationship. I verbalized it.
Tristan said this girl lying. I'm looking it up on the Shade Room. I mean on TMZ. It says Tristan, the Celtics star, had his attorney fire off a legal threat to Chase, who claimed she has sex with Tristan after he got back with Chloe. In the letter obtained by TMZ, the singer says Chase is refusing to prove the existence of the alleged text, and it could only lead to one inescapable conclusion: they do not exist. Chase has since changed her tone and acknowledging she received the cease and desist after it was sent to another email address, and now Tristan's legal team says she keeps changing the supported facts to fit her story. Tristan's attorney says Chase is making false claims about Thompson to get her 15 minutes of fame, and his legal team is demanding that she stop defaming him, saying she is risking a lawsuit if she keeps yapping. That's, you got that Kardashian money. They got them lawyers on deck.
But that's his history, though. So is she really defaming his character?
No, it definitely is history. I mean, that's what we used to him doing, sleep around. I saw a clip of him and Chloe, I guess from like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and his voice is very weird.
No, I've never
ever heard him like talk.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna see if I can find that clip.
That man said he had his last time. In the words of Trey Songz, that was the last time, and that girl wouldn't hit. So,
I mean, technically, in the Trey Songz video, he was saying that was his last time, and he got caught up on the last time. So, if we going along with the video,
look like Chloe forgives. So
easily,
ain't the last straw for her.
All of them clearly forgive.
Baby.
They just be trying to keep appearances.
Okay.
It's like, sis, is this what we want? Is this what we want the people to see?
Okay, so there was so the black couple that's the Seeking Sister wives, That being a Seeking Sister Wife show or whatever, or I don't know if that's a show, whatever. But it's a black couple, and it's you know, two women and one man. I don't know what the legal process of it or how they went about it, but the one of them got accused of physical abuse.
Huh?
Okay, so the thing says Seeking Sister Wife's Dimitri Snowden was accused of physical abuse by Crystalline Peterson.
So he was beating one of the sister wives, just one.
Apparently, it's the people on the TLC show. So it is. It's the Seeking Sister Wife from the TLC show, and from one of the women. They only say just one of the women who started the show with him. She filed a restraining order against him and said that he had been physically abusive throughout their relationship. So, yeah.
I would think to some extent, I don't know. I mean, I can't say this for all relationships like that, but sometimes you got multiple people live in a house and you kind of the controlling factor of it. It doesn't shock me that abuse is involved. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, I'm not trying to compare this to that, but it's almost like a pimp. Like all my life, I live in this one space. And I don't think, everybody, I'm just not all relationships, but I'm just saying, I think there's a level of control that comes along with a person who is able to, I'm not going to say manipulate, but somewhat manipulate these women to all live together and marry. So sometimes with control also comes abuse.
Now, that guy, the white people, the guy Cody, I'm still trying to. He must have one hell of a mouthpiece because this guy ain't cute. He ain't, bro. For you to have all these women, just keep.
You say he got one hell of a mouthpiece, or
he might just have a way with words. I ain't mean it like that. He might just have a good way with words. The way he could just make it sound like he gonna give you the moon and the stars. For him to have all these women that just want to keep getting added to the brothel,
or maybe he is making them see moon and stars.
He does look kind of hippish. But no, the other girl hasn't said anything. Back to the black couple off the TLC show, the other girl hasn't said anything. But then the one who did make the complaint, she said he went as far as even choking her during sex. Now, if y'all are in a polygamous relationship or a polyamorous relationship, and then you see, I don't know if everybody would be privy to that because apparently not all of them have relationships. Even though they're in a relationship at the same time, they don't technically all have to be privy to each other's relationship.
Well, are you saying if one person sees the person abusing the other person, were they supposed to do something or say something or what?
Yeah, but are they not supposed to be privy to the other person's relationship?
I mean, they can. I personally do find it odd that he would be in a polygamous relationship and only physically abusing one person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it sounds like if he's physically abusing one, that's probably what he do. So he probably physically abusing both of them.
So you mean to tell me both of y'all that this is a sister wife thing? So y'all know about each other. Y'all gotta be.
Yeah, they both icing each other bruises.
Exactly. So y'all can't jump him. Like I'm just asking. Like he ain't there.
But you gotta think. It's a mind control thing when it comes to like abuse, especially. I mean, because you got to think people go to sleep at night, right? So,
and like
a woman who is getting abused, when that man go to sleep at night, if it wasn't a mental thing, his ass would be dead, right? Yeah. You're gonna beat my ass all day. Oh, okay, nigga, when you go to sleep though, but you know what I'm saying. But it doesn't work out that way because they're mentally like imprisoned in their minds. There's love and there's something is twisted enough.
Yeah, just like you were saying with pimps. Pimps be slapping these women around. It's so many of them that they could all jump on this one person at one time, beat them down, run off with the money, but they don't.
Mm-hmm. It's a mental thing.
Like I said, I am confusion. Me and Gam, I'm right here with Gam. Gam was like this the whole time.
Gam was looking confused. She was like, "This is just about sex."
If y'all just want to go have sex with other people, just say y'all want to go have sex with other people. You ain't gotta be.
But Gam been married 3 times though. I did peep that. 4. I'm sorry, 4 times. So to me, I'm like, I mean, did it work out for you? Apparently.
On this 4th marriage, they considered poly. She just couldn't. She said the jealousy factor. She can't get past it.
But that's what I'm saying. So even with her, to some extent, she knows it in a way. Monotony is not for everyone.
She had to tell Willow. She says, "Don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated." Willow was over there about to have a breakdown, baby. She couldn't take it. But that's for the young folks. I'm gonna leave that to the young folks. I can't. It ain't me.
It ain't my ministry.
Yeah.
I don't have the I don't hold the emotional capacity to be able to deal with all of that and deal with multiple peoples and multiple emotions and multiple needs, and no.
It seems like it'd be time consuming.
I don't have the emotional capacity. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with more than one person. I can't do it. Everybody be around here getting slapped every day. I can't do it. It's not. And then in my mind, I'm just thinking about a gonorrhea bug just turning into a super bug. Every time you jump and go sleep with that person, you come back, I'm just thinking of it. In my mind, I'm saying gonorrhea just turning into a super bug, even a bigger super bug. I can't.
I cannot.
It's just, I can't. Even the saliva, it's like, oh my God, really?
You mean them people ain't thinking about all that?
What?
They ain't thinking about all that. They just having fun. They don't care.
Really not. That's why they're gonna need double doses of antibiotic injection.
I ain't thinking about none of that.
No, they like, give me that Rocephin. Bam.
I was just about to say, forget 500 grams of Rocephin. They gonna need multiple doses. Usually that one shot of Rocephin do you be good. They gonna need multiple doses.
I don't know. Like I said, it's just what's for one person may not be for another. But hey, I don't know. They're young. Let them do their thing. They'll figure it out. I don't know about the married people, but like the people who are single.
I was about to say, because it don't seem like her parents done figured it out yet. So
yeah,
act like they have, but even still, she got what not to do right here in front of you. So even if you were still confused about being in a monogamous relationship or a poly relationship, you have right there. You can choose.
Well, why? Why is it what not to do? I mean, if her parents are in an open relationship, they still together, they run businesses together, they do things, they I don't know how happy they are because I don't know people's lives like that, but I'm just saying, maybe they are happy together, like with whatever going on. Like they forgive each other, they move on. I mean, that's what happens in marriages anyway, right? You gotta forgive each other and move on. It's only I guess what you're supposed to do, Mimi. You gotta forgive. Now, I'm not talking about forgive like, an infidelity. Some people may forgive infidelity, some people may not. But what I'm saying is just in general, there's always going to be forgiveness to do in marriage because you constantly making mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. I guess in my mind, in my marriage, it's like that. We always fucking up over here.
Yeah, I agree.
We gotta forgive.
I'm just playing. No, I know, I understand that. But like even with me growing up and looking at I could look at my parents' marriage and be like, this could make me wonder. But I'm looking at their relationship like, okay, duly noted. Don't do that. Don't do it. Like I had it in front of me, what not to do. That didn't make me want to. I don't know. It's for the younger kids. Anyway, 5 minutes in, less than an hour. Yes. So this is the end of this video. Y'all got anything else to say about poly?
Live your lives, okay? If you want to be poly. If you want to be monogamous, be monogamous. Just be happy. Do what makes you happy, okay? Everything ain't for everybody, and everything ain't for everybody to understand. Okay, I understand what works for me, and that's all I need to understand. What y'all got going on over there ain't gonna send me to heaven or hell. Okay.
She sounded like Gab at the end of the video.
Uh-huh.
Gab said, it ain't for me to understand. I don't have to understand it. It ain't for me to understand.
And there you have it. Okay.
She did sound like her.
And I'm with her. It ain't part
Look.
of it. It ain't for me to understand.
Well, I'm gonna be like Jade on this. As long as you love yourself, that's what really matters. As long as you're loving yourself.
Yeah. Well, until next week. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.